We are Happy Valley, and today we're going to talk about the differences between Mexican versus Korean and Japanese gastronomy. Gastronomy is a style of cooking and eating depending on where you live. Generally, in Mexico, they always eat with tortillas, like tacos and quesadillas. In Korea and Japan, they usually eat their food with vegetables. Like, for example, in Korea, there is a dish called japchae that is made with beef, a variation of vegetables, starch noodles, eggs, and mushrooms. Now that we have the idea of this topic, I'm going to ask my partner Marisa some questions. We know that most Mexicans like chili, and the Japanese and Koreans have similar tastes, but Koreans prefer chili more. Marisa, what do you think about the different types of chilies?
Well, Mexicans have the habit of put chili on their food, like for example tacos, in which different types of meat are used. Some people put chili or guacamole on it. We know guacamole is a combination of avocados, tomato, onion, serrano chili, and lemon. In Korea, they add sweet flavors to spicy food, and Japanese people don't usually tolerate spicy food.
That's very interesting. And now about sushi. Sushi is a Japanese food, but can you really tell the difference between sushi made in Mexico and Japanese sushi?
Sushi made in Mexico is different from traditional sushi. Regional tastes and different cultures make the difference. Japanese sushi is a delicate balance of flavors, while Mexican sushi probably has bolder flavors and stronger colors. Japanese sushi is different from those that can be consumed on this side of the planet. It is good to know that many times when we go to a Japanese cuisine restaurant, we are not really eating a typical meal, but an inspiration from that cuisine.
The texture of the seaweed is what fascinates me the most about sushi. Since we are on the subject of sushi, what is the reason why Japanese and Korean people generally like rice so much?
In Japan, they believe that eating to swell up white rice is free of impurities. Koreans, we eat rice because it is good for dieting, and Mexicans like to accompany their food with rice by adding some seasoning to add flavor.
Rice is an excellent source of vitamins and minerals. These vitamins provide the foundation for the body's metabolism, immune system health, and overall organ function. Now, I wonder what beverage go with their meals.
Koreans drink alcohol, especially soju, which is a favorite of many Koreans. Japanese people commonly drink any kind of liquor and green tea. Mexicans drink such as tequila, agua de Jamaica, and michelada.
El agua de Jamaica is a very traditional Mexican drink. If you ever visit Mexico, do not hesitate to drink one. We know that lunch boxes are for school, work, etc. are very important, and everyone prepares and eats their own lunches. And it is very obvious that not all lunches are the same. Marisa, can you tell me what makes them different?
In Mexico and Korea, they don't usually make lunch boxes. They buy their own food. But in Japan, they have something called bento, where they to bring healthy and balanced dishes.
We cannot forget that we need utensils to eat. We know that in Japan and Korea, including all of Asia, most people use chopsticks. What is the reason that they use chopsticks while Mexicans do not use them all the time?
They use it for hygiene and to eat slowly to regulate how much they eat.
At the end of a meal, we always want something else, and that is called dessert. What dishes are there in Japan, Korea, and Mexico?
In Mexico, they have arroz con leche, that it's milk with cinnamon and rice. Capirotada, it is a dessert with layers of bread with piloncillo syrup, garnished with cheese and peanuts. Pan de lote is made from yellow corn, white corn, and flour. Churros is made with water, flour, oil, and sugar. In Korea, there is yaksik, that is sweet rice dessert, It's made with sweet rice, chestnuts, dried jujubes, and pine nuts. Songpyeong, it's rice cakes. It's made with tok rice powder, kabocha, squash, matcha tea powder, sesame seeds, dried mung beans. And dasik, it's tea cookies. It's made with sesame seeds, rice syrup, honey, rice flour, and matcha powder. In Japan, they have mochi. It's made from sweet rice boiled, smashed, and pounded until it becomes a paste and molded into different shapes. Coffee jelly, jelly made with strong black coffee and gelatin, with and usually topped with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream. Dorayaki is castella pancakes and sandwiches with anko filling in between them.
To conclude this great podcast, we have learned several things. The gastronomy of each of the regions of the world tells us about the culture of each of the peoples to which it belongs. In addition to providing us with delicious flavors and unique dishes, culinary tradition can indirectly tell us about customs and lifestyles. The gastronomy can make an extensive vision about the way of life and evolution in certain regions of the world. It tells us about the antiquity of each people, the use of local resources and the advances they have experienced in recent years. Through gastronomy, we can observe aspects like evolution. A very important point of gastronomy today is its power to attract tourism. And believe it or not, there are many people who decide to travel by making gastronomic tours around the world. These routes focus on the typical flavors of each region, tasting the most characteristic dishes and wines of beverages of the land.
Now we can realize that the dishes of Japan and Korea are basically healthy, so they don't have many health problems or obesity. Instead, in Mexico, there are healthy dishes, but what represents it most is food with carbohydrates.
That's all. Thank you for your attention. Adiós,
Adiós,
añón,
annyeong,
sayonara,
sayonara,
goodbye,
goodbye,
hasta la
hasta la próxima.
próxima.